welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video. And doesn't this look lush? I love it so much. I wasn't even expecting myself to like this as much as I did when I first came into it. I generally thought that, okay, I'm gonna like the apartment building better that I did this week, or even when I actually made the wedding venue, because I did this after finishing the wedding venue. I was like, let me finish this. Like I did this, when did I do this? I did this like a week ago, and then I left it because you're gonna see the process, it takes a second. And then I was like, okay, I can't with this right now, let me do other things and then I'll come back to it. And when I came back to this after the wedding venue video, because I got a bit of confidence, I was like, yeah, I can do this, come on, I'm on EmeraldStories, I can do this. I just completely and utterly fell in love with it. So what we're building today is this luxurious, romantic cave floating restaurant in the ever beautiful Oasis Springs. And what I really love about this, and you might notice if you've been watching me for a long time, I did use the exact same audio as I did in my other cave build because I love building with things to do with caves. I am actually in theme with my whole DC obsession, which is gonna be weird with what I'm about to say, but in theme with my whole DC obsession, I will be building the Batcave one day. With all the rocks that we get from Island Living, it's already a thing that I've committed to in my head. It's gonna happen. Yeah, and to add on to my DC obsession, because I did also build Gotham, which is so weird because again, I've said this before, my favorite superhero is Superman. So it's just weird that I've done actually like nothing for him. I've just done a lot of stuff to do with Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne has a lot more storytelling abilities than Superman, but Superman is just so fun. But the reason why I'm saying that it's really, really weird is because tomorrow's video is gonna be a Louisiana swamp slash lake house build, because tomorrow is when, I don't know if it's just Britain or if it's gonna be nationally, because I know that different countries have different release dates, but tomorrow, as well as Valentine's Day, whatever, but tomorrow is gonna be Captain America Brave New World. And you guys know I have a deep fascination and obsession with the Falcon, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Loki, Black Widow. They're one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe. And I'll tell you the exact order if you want a little fun info about me. The exact order is, should I not save this for tomorrow? No, because it's on my mind now. I want to say now. The exact order is, my favorite character of all time in Marvel is Loki. And then it goes to Black Widow. And then on the exact same level, like no one is higher than the other. It goes Captain America, Winter Soldier, Falcon, exact same level. So I'm really stoked about Brave New World. I've been really waiting for the Falcon to have their own movie. Well, I should say the Captain America to have their own movie. So like I was just like, oh, and I really wanted to watch it. I had this whole idea planned, but I have so many things to do. So I don't actually have time to watch it tomorrow on a release, which is so annoying. But best believe I spoke to one of my really close friends and we're gonna be watching it next week. So I'll give you guys a little taste of that. I won't spoil it for you though, because I've already seen a spoiler and I'm really upset. Like I'm happy and I'm upset at the same time because it's made me really excited, but it's also been like, oh, I know I would have just lost it in the cinema and I've been deprived of that experience. But yeah, anyway, enough of Marvel. We're here to talk about the video that I'm doing at the moment, which is this floating cave house. This was a challenge to do at the beginning because again, this was one of the builds I had to do where I had to heavily trust the process. Because how do you do this? Because there was other things that I had in mind. I knew I wanted to be floating. I knew I wanted it to have a very stone aesthetic, and I knew I wanted it above water. But how it ended up coming out was completely different to how I first envisioned it. And first, I kind of just built it as like generic boxy kind of looking space. But then I was just like, no, I can do better. I can do something a bit different. And then that's when I stopped looking at Pinterest, because I normally look at Pinterest for inspiration and then kind of do what I can on The Sims because it's really hard to do one to one. But when I was looking on Pinterest, nothing that I had in mind was showing up. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be one of the times where I have to really like push my creative side and see what can I do, what can I do with this, and it required a lot of thought process, just not only just because of the creative side of it, but the mechanics, like would I be able to do this, because I didn't want that there wasn't going to be a foundation at the bottom, there shouldn't be a foundation at the bottom, it has to be strictly floating. And I was just looking at it and I was like, oh, how do I do this? And I just knew that it's going to be a lot of just dragging things down on invisible foundations and stuff like that. And then the biggest question of it all was it going to be functional? But since you saw the cinematic intro, I think you can all assume that yes it was. So it ended up just turning out the way it did at the beginning, as you saw. But then I looked at it and I was like, it's missing something. And that's when I decided to add the cave element, because originally I was just going to keep it with, because I do use a lot of modern looks in this. And I'm so sorry, guys. I do use a bit of Journey to Batu. I know. It's a horrible experience. It's horrible knowing that. But you can just change a lot of the stuff. I think the best pack to like change the Journey Batu stuff to is probably the Get Famous pack. I think there's a lot of elements in that you can interchange things from Journey Batu with. So I do end up using a lot of the Journey Batu and Modern Lux kit. And Modern Lux kit, I think the only reason I use it, because again, you guys know I have a vendetta against kits. Like only if I absolutely 100% feel like I need to buy it, I'll get a kit. But most of the time, I just wait until The Sims decides to release them for free. So I'm pretty sure the Modern Lux kit came out for free, because it's something that I adore and I really love, and I'm really grateful that I have it in my game now. But I look at it in retrospect, I don't think it's something that I would have paid for, knowing how I feel about kids, because there's still a lot of kids that I want. It's not that kids are necessarily bad, I love them. It's just, again, I don't have a job, I don't have the ability. Every single bit of money I have to really prioritize it on things that are more sustainable. Like if I see an event for like film industry or TV industry, because that's what sector I'm in, I need to prioritize my money to go into those events, to go to those interviews, whether it be in London or Manchester or wherever. I need to save money for that stuff. So I don't have as much disposable income to be spending money on kits, hence why I just kind of like wait until the free, and that's what I really do. So I do use a lot of modern Lux Kit, and I'm really happy I was able to, because it really does pull the entire thing together. I think the rocks are from Growing Together, so that's where you can get them from. But it just, and I do use quite a bit of Spa Day, because I feel like those are like the ultimate packs if you want to create something that's very like modern and then minimalistic and everything. So that's what I use, and I also use a bit of For Rent on this one, just because the bathrooms, they just fit the vibe, do they not? And I was really questioning to myself when I was building this, where on earth am I going to build the bathroom? Oh, I do use a lot of Island Living, so you can see the bottom, because I thought, okay, you've got this really cool setup for a restaurant. Wouldn't you want to be able to see the bottom of it? And I was just like, it's perfect, because I never really get to use these crystal things, because most of the things are built, you can see under it. So if I want to use it in a house, you're probably going to be walking on top of it. And I know it makes no difference, but in my head, I feel like, and I know people do have this in their houses in real life and stuff like that, but with how wild my Sims are, I just will feel really weird if I have my Sim just working at a bar or doing something, and then Don Lothario is just there walking at the bottom with that glass between my Sim and them, and they can just literally just look up and see all of the all of the pixels. So it's just like, I was like, okay, I don't really get to use them, so it's really fun to be able to use them, because I know now in this instance there is no possibility of anyone really being underneath it, so I can really add to the escapism form of if I was an architect, which is something I dabble in my mind, because it would be really fun to do, but I didn't do anything to do with architecture for my degree, so I can't. That, and as fun as it is to do in The Sims, half of the things I do in The Sims probably have heavy safety hazards. which is not great. I have done a lot of things to do with health and safety because, again, I prioritize in production, media, all of that thing, specifically TV and film. So I have done quite a few things to do with health and safety. I'm currently even doing my course at the moment at university. I do have I am. You can hear the Birmingham accent slowly trying to seep in. I am trying to I am going to get my health and safety certificate through it as well. So it's like it's a lot of really I do have a good health and safety understanding of sets and stuff like that, but it's like an actual building. I don't know about that because I get so carried away. Like this is cute, but would it be functional as an actual building? Probably not. But I love the way it looks, especially with the way the light hits it and the way that the sun is there and everything. It is so nice. And I did that under lighting thing that one of my commenters suggested that I love because I absolutely adore it. There's something great about having light at the bottom of a build that just really ties it all together. And I'm quite literally very obsessed with it. And I know I just really love this restaurant. I think this is like my favorite restaurant I've ever done, and I don't do them as much anymore. I used to do them all the time, but I don't do them as much anymore, and I really feel bad because this is in my baby safe file. Again, I'm using my baby safe file to create something, but I feel like this would have suited my celebrity one. Anyway, it's done, it's done. What is done is done. I would say the only thing that I don't necessarily like about this is that it feels like the kitchen area is a little bit empty. I feel like they could have had more stuff going in, but the problem is that it's just what else could I have put in? I have no. Oh my god, the video's ended, and I haven't even said half of the things I have to say. Gosh, I really should upload more often because clearly I have loads more things to say. But isn't that just? Oh, guys, do you know the one thing I wish I could have done, but it wasn't working out when I tried to do it off camera, was put lighting in the actual water down below so it can kind of be like luminescent, but it wasn't working out. But that's fine, it's okay. But that looks amazing, and I really hope you guys like this for your little Sims dates and even just family stuff or whatever. It's a really, really, oh my god, I love it so much. This is my favorite build. Like today, no, the Gotham one is still my favorite, but this is one of my favorites. But yeah, I really hope you like it, and stay tuned for my last video of this week, 4 uploads in 1 week, tomorrow, which is gonna be a Louisiana swamp house for the Captain America Brave New World premiere tomorrow, because I was thinking of Louisiana, where Sam Wilson and the Wilson family is from. So yeah, look out for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't want to, that's also okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listening to all of my ramblers. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments, the more the merrier, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.